don't think I got 300 bees in there. It's a drone. Oh, camera focus. He's like, help me. That is Varroa Mite. So this time of year is a time when you need to be prepping for winter. And one way to do that is to make sure your Varroa Mite count is fairly low. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do another sugar shake. I did a sugar shake in August. I'm going to do another one now that it's September and get an idea of what the Varroa Mite count is in one hive. And you can go ahead and assume if one hive has a high count, more than likely the rest of your hives do too. And that will tell me whether or not I need to treat. We are going to inspect, this hive is called the Dryads because I found them inside of a hollow of a tree. And we're going to see what their Varroa Mite count is, and the weather has turned to being cool enough. I can now use formic acid as a form of treatment for Varroa Mite. Just to go over the equipment that you will need when you do a sugar shake one more time here. We've got our mason jar with a screened lid. Just some hardware cloth in there. Okay. We have some water that will help dissolve the powdered sugar, and then that will allow us to see the Varroa Mite. Of course, you have your powdered sugar. And we have our nice big container that I will first take the frame and shake the bees into this container and then bang them down. And you're supposed to have a measuring cup because you need about you need about a half a cup of bees. And about a half a cup of bees, you're going to have about 300 or so bees. Of course, I need to add that to my equipment. I keep forgetting it, so I'm just going to have to estimate what about a half a cup it looks like. That shouldn't be too difficult to do. And then when you pour your half a cup of bees into your jar, you take your powdered sugar and coat them with it enough that every bee gets well coated. Kind of shake them around. You set them aside. The heat that bees create will cause the Varroa Mite to fall off, as well as the powdered sugar. And then you turn it over and shake them out on a plate. Shake out all the powdered sugar onto a plate, and that will give you the Varroa Mite count. Alright, we're getting ready to do the sugar shake. I've got 2 frames of bees, and I've got my powdered sugar ready, and my jar, my bucket. I'm going to shake these 2 frames as best I can, making the least amount of mess that I can, and hope for the best that I can. Alright, shaking, and then putting them away. Make sure I'm not gonna. 1, 2, 3. For a second. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I got 300 bees in there. Downside to doing this. Oh no, there's about 300. There's about 300 in there. I've never done this barehanded. I didn't even think about it. I don't know how crazy or good that was or whatever, but alright, here we go. There we go. Just trying to get the lid on. Alright. We're going to take it and just kind of turn it around like this. Coat all the bees that are in there. And the powdered sugar. And then we're going to leave it setting right there while we finish closing up this hive. Like you can see right through her. And then this up here, this is a drone. They do not have stingers, so you can just pick them up. That's a drone. Oh, camera focus. He's like, help me. Isn't that neat though? We'll be nice and put him back over here with his sisters. Help, help. There we go. Alright, so we've waited about a minute or two. And we're gonna shake them up a little bit more in here. And then we're gonna turn them over. And I've already poured water onto this plate. I'm just gonna shake it. And I'm trying to get as much powdered sugar out of here as possible. And you're trying to make sure you dislodge as many varroa mites as possible from those bees, so you get your most accurate count that you can get for now. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna put these guys back. These ladies back. See them all? The after effects of the sugar shake aren't bad. They're still alive. Alright, so you can see the Varroa mite floating here. And from what I can just tell by a glance, I'm pretty sure that I need to treat for, see all the little tiny specks? That is Varroa mite. See them swimming around a little. They're actually in the tick family. They're an arachnid. They do have 8 legs, and they destroy the fat body of a bee, not the hemolith as we thought originally. Research has shown that it is the fat body of a bee that the Varroa mite actually uses for their brood, for their babies, to feed their babies. Problem is, once the saliva Varroa mite gets into the fat body of a bee, it starts to destroy it. Even if the Varroa mite leaves, the saliva continues the breakdown process, which then becomes a vector for introduction of lots of different types of bee viruses that are out there. I counted over 40 Varroa mite on that plate. That means I'm going to definitely use some Formic Pro. The temperature has dipped low enough that I can do that, and that will help knock down the mite population drastically. And that's the biggest thing about fall is, yeah, you want to make sure that your bees have, take this down for a second. You want to make sure your bees are set up and have enough food to get you through the winter, get them through the winter. but there's no point if you're going to end up with a bunch of sick bees anyway. So you have to make sure you treat for Varroa prior to going into winter. So fall is a very, very important month.